Mary Beth, 17.
Jessica, 14.
Don, old enough to know better.
And husband, old.
About a year ago, I had an injury where my labrum in my hip was torn, and I was told that I will never run again. And one of the things that the doctor told me was to continue riding my horse. So I know firsthand how beneficial horseback riding can be. A lot of you may know kids that have physical or mental disabilities, teens that have social problems, and sometimes we have wounded warriors that come back from war that can benefit from horseback riding. So this, even though you may know about horses, may know about horseback riding, you're going to learn something new today. You're going to learn a different type of riding, and then you're going to be able to take that information and be able to refer others to be able to do the same thing. So we're going to discuss horseback riding as a therapy. And we're going to discuss 3 different organizations that specialize in horseback riding therapy and the 3 different types of people that will benefit the most from horseback riding therapy. So the first organization that we're going to go through, and I'm going to call it the acronym EAAT, which is actually the governing body in therapeutic horseback riding. They are all over the world with over 43,000 volunteers, over 6,000 horses, and about 3,700 instructors. And these instructors go around and they train different people in the type of therapy that they are needing, whether it be the wounded warriors, the kids, or the troubled teens. And the second program is EGALAS, and they're not as big as EAAT, but they are within 41 different countries across the world, and they have volunteers from everywhere, and they specialize in all different types of therapy. The third organization that we'll be talking about is Regarding Horses. It's a smaller organization, it's only here in the US, and their specialty is autistic children. So they won't turn anybody away, no matter what type of therapy they need, but their specialty is autistic kids. So who can benefit from horseback riding therapy? Well, I can tell you right now, anybody can. Whether you're with a physical or mental disability, or whether you just have depression, or whether you're injured. It doesn't matter who you are, where you come from, or what kind of life that you live, you will benefit from horseback riding. Horses actually have a very calm demeanor that calms you. So the first ones that we're going to talk about are autistic children. They tend to not develop social interaction with other people. They tend to be by themselves and they don't trust. Well, horseback riding lessons, or just on the ground, they don't even have to ride, tend to develop this bond with the horse that they wouldn't normally with humans. So it actually opens these children up to being able to develop relationships with people through therapy and horses. Children with disabilities, those kind of kids can be ones with cystic fibrosis. It's a degenerative disease in the muscles that causes them to lose strength. Well, when you put one of these kids on a horse, it actually develops strength in those muscles because they have to hold themselves up through the movement of the horses. Teens. Now, teens are a big issue in the world. Teens tend to have a whole lot more stress than what we did when we were kids. They have to go through all these pressures and problems that we never had as kids. Developing relationships with their parents can be very, very difficult. But through horseback riding lessons, they actually are able to open up more. They start feeling happier. Depression starts going away, and they found a huge turnaround with kids when they were riding horses versus those that were just going through typical types of therapy. So benefit there is very, very large. My favorite, now we're going to get into the Wounded Warriors. Wounded Warriors is a fantastic program where soldiers, sailors, and airmen coming back from war who've been wounded or have post-traumatic stress syndrome have been able to recover a whole lot more quickly when going through horseback riding lessons, because they're able to now start reintegrating into the world and being able to build these bonds with the horses. And they found that through these bonds, they've been able to open up in their families, and their relationship with their spouses and children has improved dramatically. So with all of these organizations and all of these different types of people being able to benefit from this program, I think that you'll now be able to have this information to be able to take with you, whether you have a team, have a family member, or know somebody that has maybe one of these mental or physical problems, and be able to refer them to a new type of program. Thank you. Oh, and Professor, just so you know, it is Halloween, so that's why we have a little bit of dress up going on.